this is our representation of the city pollution going into the ocean and affecting all the sea life there.
We made the sea out of bubble wrap and other bits of plastic to represent how much plastic is actually in our oceans.
Plastic, not so fantastic. Globally, 8.3 billion tonnes of virgin plastics have been produced in 70 years.
Mate, I'm loving it here. Where is Vincentia though? Shoalhaven, Jervis Bay, south coast of New South Wales. Lovely. And look at that beautiful environment, well worth protecting. You know what's really not beautiful? Plastic pollution. Like that. And like that. I went into my local waterway and that's what I cleaned up in 15 minutes.
Sometimes just when I go to the beach, there's always rubbish, like we always see at least 3 pieces of rubbish.
This was once upon a time a plastic bag that is fully disintegrated. And you know when they talk about microplastics in the ocean? Yeah. This is where they're coming from, when these things break up and disintegrate over time.
Sometimes when I go on a walk on the beach, there's just plastic everywhere, tiny bits of plastic. I guess that's how they get into like the digestive system of animals and like sea life.
Typically about 3% of the pollution will come down and remain floating until it eventually biodegrades in the next 100 years or more, or it gets washed up on an island somewhere, etc. Or something else happens to it. What else can happen to the pollution? It gets eaten. Yeah.
So I've been going diving for a long time now, and at least every trip there will be a plastic bag or a water bottle or a can or and it's just everywhere. Sometimes when there's jellyfish you can't even tell the difference between the jellyfish and the plastic bags.
Turtles are a beautiful, lovely creature. Why are they eating plastic? Exactly, they think it's food. It certainly looks like a jellyfish. Look at this poor thing. It's caught halfway in his mouth and halfway down into his stomach. Turtles commonly eat seaweed and that sort of stuff, which breaks down nice and easily. That plastic's going to be stuck inside him for 100 years. Mate, the turtle will be dead and buried and the plastic will still be there.
I remember once I thought I saw this beautiful big jellyfish about like the size of a dinner plate, and when I really got close to it, it was just a plastic bag that was painted red. Quite angry actually that people would let that go into our ecosystem, knowing that like we have such beautiful creatures out there and some of them are almost extinct, and they don't care, they just let it happen.
It's a dead seabird. Look at what it's got inside it. A range of brightly coloured small pieces of plastic. There's a few brightly coloured small pieces of plastic amongst all this stuff on the ground too. I'm going to clean all this up, but the birds are out there eating it, thinking it's little bait fish or it's something else they eat. The fish are eating the little bits of plastic and stuff. So as it breaks up, as it gets older, it gets smaller and smaller, from big plastic bags into microplastics, and lots of things are eating it. Whales typically eat krill, but you know what they do? They open up their big mouths, they go, and they scoop up everything that's in front of them, including things like plastic. Look at that. That's a very dead whale with a hell of a lot of plastic in it. That's an absolute shame. Shame on humanity. But we can all do something about it, all right? We can.
Well, obviously there are too many single-use bags everywhere, so we could probably get rid of them. Plastic is kind of not the best thing, so we could incorporate biodegradable solutions.
Have multiple use, like drink bottles and paper bags that you don't just throw away after one use.
My family and I, we all do the whole like Take 3 for the Sea initiative, And every time we go to the beach, we always make sure that we pick up a lot of rubbish. Even if it's not ours, or even if it's absolutely disgusting, we still pick it up and put it somewhere where it can't float out into the sea again.
Whenever my mum and I go to the supermarket, we don't buy any bags or ask for any. We make sure they don't give us any, and we just put it straight from the conveyor belt into the trolley and then into our car.
If you see rubbish, take it as your responsibility to pick it up and dispose of it.
You could take your rubbish home and then dispose of it there.
Whenever we go down the beach, we always bring a bag and we pick up the plastic that we see, no matter what it is or where it is.
This is what we want to protect.
We've been so careless up until now, but you never know, we can always change our minds.
Let's work as a team to keep our beaches clean.